Welcome to matchup number 2. House of Pain not as happy about this matchup. He's going to be killed by the bye this week. Rashad Mendenhall, Wes Welker, Pittsburgh's defense, Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis, and Ben Tate, all on byes. That's 5 people on byes. Compared to Durchfalle, he only has 2. He's got his kicker, and he's got Seattle's defense. So I don't know why he would even have Seattle's defense, but anyhow. So, I mean, right off the bat, I'm going to give him the giant edge to Durchfalle just for the fact that House of Pain really can't match up. Who he has, he just has to throw in just because of all of his bye week problems. ESPN has this as a very, very, very close matchup. They still had House of Pain winning at 105 to 102 on Durchfalle's home course. But you know what Durchfalle's saying? He's all Under Armour, baby. We must protect this house. We'll see if it happens. I think it is. I'm going to tell you why. At quarterback, Aaron Rodgers still having a slightly not Aaron Rodgers-y kind of year. Averaging 19 points. And he's actually been in the weak part of Green Bay's schedule relatively. I still think of him as a top 1 or 2 fantasy quarterback. I mean, just look at Breeze. He's definitely not having a giant year either. But going against Washington's defense, Aaron Rodgers, I definitely is going to think he's going to be putting up more of his average. I think he's going to get about 25 points for Durchfalle this week. On the other side, House of Pain, Flacco, having good games, bad games, had a great game last week. Or 2 weeks ago, something like that. One or the other. I think it was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, because he went against Pittsburgh last week. Not that great of a game, but Pittsburgh's defense, what are you going to do? I see Flacco getting about 14 points, which is right above his average. He's been averaging only 10 points a week. House of Pain is not going to go anywhere this league if his quarterback's only putting 10 points up. In the middle of their lineups, House of Pain, Arian Foster, Fred Jackson, Nate Washington. Arian Foster definitely helped him out last week. Is that trade really working out for him? I wouldn't say quite yet. If Foster keeps putting up 30-point games, yes. But the problem is when you rely on one person to get points rather than the 2 or 3, it really can hurt your teams from week to week. So maybe he's just going knowing that he's not going to be top of the league. He's still trying to make the playoffs, and maybe that's going to help him. So it might have been a really good, smart move by House of Pain, but we'll see later in the year as it still progresses. He's going against the Giants' defense. Giants pretty good against the run. I think Houston's going to be throwing the ball around a little bit more. Give Foster about 10 points, well under his average of 20. Aaron Foster. Fred Jackson from Buffalo. Look for him to really start splitting carries with C.J. Spiller. With Buffalo getting worse and worse this year, Buffalo is going to try to get their new guys some more experience. So Fred Jackson's going to see less and less carries as the year goes on. Nate Washington, Tennessee. I don't think I would go with Nate Washington if I was going to have a Tennessee receiver. Kenny Britt seems to get the most targets from Vince Young down in the red zone. Nate Washington, though, definitely is the possession receiver. So I can definitely see him getting about like 7 points this week. Not going to put up your giant weeks, but he's going to consistently give you a little bit of points every week. Durchfalle, on the other hand, he's got Matt Forte, Noshawn Marino, and Reggie Wayne. Reggie Wayne had a lot of receptions last week. He's averaging 13 points a game. Indy actually has the number 1 and number 2 receiver and the number 1 quarterback in fantasy. It's not a giant surprise. Obviously, everybody knows that Indianapolis likes to throw the pigskin around. Noshawn, Reggie Wayne, Deshaun Jackson, they're all saying, ESPN saying, 42 points. I'm thinking it's actually going to be well under that. I'm actually going to say only 30. I'm thinking they're going to average 10 each. Oh, man, I'm sorry, man, guys. I am freaking dead today. At receiver, Deshaun Jackson and Lance Moore for Durchfalle. Deshaun Jackson against San Francisco defense. God only knows what San Francisco's defense is going to do. Sometimes they shut you out like they did Roddy White. and sometimes you can just go big. So it's a real crapshoot. I'm going to say Deshaun Jackson not going to put up as many points. Oh, I already went over this. Why am I going over this again? Fuck this. I'm not doing this again, so let's switch over. House of Pain's receivers. Greg Jennings, Malcolm Floyd. Malcolm Floyd, Oakland defense, good points. Is going to get a tutty at least. 12 to 14 points for Malcolm Floyd. Greg Jennings on House of Pain's side. Where has Greg Jennings been? He's the 22nd rated receiver. He's only getting 8 points a game on a high-octane offense. He's probably one of the reasons that Rodgers is having a little bit of problems. The problem is if Greg Jennings scores, Rodgers scores, Rodgers is going to get more touchdowns to other people. I definitely think Greg Jennings is a threat, but they're throwing to Driver in the red zone, and that's where it counts in fantasy. I'm giving Jennings only about 8 points, right at his average. Tight end Tony Gonzalez for House of Pain. I don't like Tony Gonzalez this year, especially against San Francisco with their good linebacker core. Give him only 6 points this week. And Jermichael Finley, God, does Aaron Rodgers like to go to Jermichael Finley? Yeah, that's all he sees. Red zone, third down, second down, first down. It's Jermichael Finley. I mean, I just saw him. He gets his name called tons in that offense. I definitely see him actually with about 14 points this week, almost double his average. Fantasy stud for this week, I'm actually going with Matt Forte against Carolina. Carolina's a decent defense, but Matt Forte is I think gonna pick it around. Ugh. Man, I am screwing your guys' matchups on the fierce. I'm sorry, guys. Matt Forte, like I said, though, with Cutler now not playing, Matt Forte is going to get a lot more carries. ESPN saying 7. I'm actually saying 16. Matt Forte, the fantasy stud in this one. And then fantasy dud, I'm actually going with Fred Jackson out of Buffalo. He's going to get a few carries early in the ball game. Then it's all going to be going to C.J. Spiller once Fred Jackson does nothing. I give him actually under 5 points. This matchup, I think, is going all Durchfalle, and I think they'll have their rematch later outside the bye weeks. Will make it a little bit more interesting. But because the bye weeks, House Payne's kind of getting screwed over a little bit. He's going to look for some giant weeks out of some people. I just don't think it's going to happen. I think 96 points for Durchfalle. I think only 74 for House of Pain this week. Yeah, it's just how it is. House of Pain bye weeks suck, man. Stay tuned. Matchup number 3, guys. Sorry about this. It was shitty. I get it. I love you guys. Sorry about it.